Hi friends, I'm Bettie Rage, your favorite nerdy goth mom, and I'm gonna do something a little different for this video. I usually do long form content where I put on makeup and talk about lore. So, story time with mom. So you've seen me deep dive into cosmic horror, gothic glue, contouring my unresolved trauma, while spilling all the tea on that juicy lore. But who exactly is Bettie Rage when the cameras aren't rolling and the polyhedral dice aren't clattering? You asked, babe, and I'm here to spill my own tea. So, get ready for the unfiltered Bettie Rage story. And I won't be doing my makeup today, just talking to the camera. So hope you don't mind just talking to me. Hopefully this works out okay. It's gonna be real short though, hopefully. All right, so let's start with the obvious. You know me as your nerdy goth mom. But what does that actually mean? Well, personally, I've always kind of been on a separate path from most. I am an Aquarius, and I truly thrive on independence. I carve my own path, and I don't really care what anyone thinks about me. I enjoy being myself. And honestly, the goth, punk, and metal subcultures have always felt like family to me. And then I found the TTRPG community. They all became my children. It's where I found my people, my vibe. I've always enjoyed the dark, the macabre, the gothic fashion and decor. And there's a certain mindset that kind of comes with that. And here's a little secret, in case you don't know. There's kind of a soft side that comes with goth. We don't have to put labels or anything, but I was just branding myself for the masses. Nerdy goth mom. I'm also very punk and very metal. Goth, though, isn't just it's not like a type of music. It's a way of thinking, a mindset. I'm sure people will disagree with me. But rewind a bit and watch the part where I said I don't care what people think about me. But kind of with that goth mindset comes an adoration of life, a contemplation of death, and a curiosity about life after death. And the mom persona, I have children. One of those children is a teenager. I don't really fit in with most moms. Because while they're talking about PTA meetings, and while those are important, I'm usually wondering if somebody wants to run a one-shot about haunted dollhouses. And honestly, I find it to be kind of a delightful contrast. That's where the goth vibe comes from. Now for the nerdy part. Beyond rolling dice and screaming into the void about lore, my heart has been obsessed with comic book characters and random anime since I was a child. My biggest obsession and my ultimate style icon is Rogue from the X-Men. Yes, there she is, on my arm, tattooed, branded, along with Miss Marvel, if you've never seen that one. So yes, I commit to the fandom, physically. My nerdy affections run deep. I have a profound, deep love for Star Wars, as one does. It's a massive comfort for me. It's literally, I don't feel good, I'm gonna watch Star Wars. And that works every time. Something I've passed along to my children. And to you, if you don't feel good, put on Star Wars. It will help. And maybe some chicken soup and a Gatorade. Okay. And of course I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings too, because I'm a self-professed, elf-obsessed nerd. I've played more elves in D&D than any other single type of race, because they're gorgeous and they get a lot of really cool background features. But I'm not a power gamer. My favorite book, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It's on my shelf here. And of course I have. Yeah. Okay. The story of Frankenstein has always resonated deep within me. When you sometimes can feel like an outsider because you don't feel the need to conform, you're the monster who thinks differently than everyone else, it's very easy to identify it with Frankenstein's monster. Since I was diagnosed with ADHD some years ago, I was still an adult, but some years ago, I learned why I think differently than most people, because my brain is wired differently. That's okay. So that different thought path made a whole lot more sense when I got there. So how did Bettie Rage come to be, and what in the actual underworld inspired lashes and lore? Well, the name Bettie Rage obviously comes from a love of Bettie Page and pinups. I used to do a lot of that. And I do love to play a barbarian. So Bettie Rage seemed very fitting for me. An undiagnosed, unmedicated ADHD does cause fits of rage from time to time when you are completely dysregulated, so fitting for several reasons. So the aesthetic inspo kind of came from there. My journey into glam isn't really new either. I spent 5 years as a cosmetologist doing hair and makeup. I didn't do much of the nails, although I do my own nails, but don't look too close. So I do know my way around a brush. So that, combined with my love of stories and lore and TTRPGs, sparked the idea of doing that here. The aha moment, though, came when I was explaining to my nieces what D&D was. I found myself telling stories in a very conversational kind of way. Sarcastic, gossipy. They were very entertained by it, which I was surprised but also intrigued. And I had so much fun talking to them about it in that way. I had the thought, you know what, maybe I can do this. And so here we are. This channel, this platform, I give out daily affirmations from your favorite nerdy goth mom. I genuinely try to spread positivity and acceptance. And, you know, give a little mom love to anybody who needs it or is willing to listen. So I'm gonna keep doing lore, movies, video games, books, TV shows, mythology, one of my favorite subjects. Anything that I can share in a humorous, sarcastic, kind of conversational, digestible way to expose more people to these awesome stories. What's my biggest glam advice? Buy the expensive skincare, wash your face every night, and stay fucking hydrated. Seriously, the amount of people who walk around this world completely dehydrated is mind-blowing to me. Drink some water. Go right now. Get some water. All right? Seriously, it's life-changing. All right, now let's get into some real talk because Lashes and Lore is about being authentic. So what's my biggest challenge with creating this content? Honestly, just having the time. And not just having time to do it, but to do it to the level that I want to do it. It's a passion project. So balancing everything is a quest in itself. But one of the most rewarding and genuinely surprising things has been the audience leaving comments saying that they've never seen TTRPG content done this way. And they really appreciate my videos. They tell me it's an easy, interesting way to share information about a particular setting with their players. And that was a truly lovely surprise that I didn't even think would be a byproduct of this. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be like, in the comments, you know, yes, slay queen, yes. But no, I mean, that happens, but the amount of this other energy is just kind of exciting as well. So, thank you. And you know, real talk, I'm always real. This is why I leave so many of my bloopers in my final videos. I want to be relatable. I am so far from perfect, and I want Lashes and Lore to be a place where people can identify with how I feel, where it's okay to be yourself, flaws and all. We're all a little chaotic, some of us more than others. So what is my core message behind all of the lore, the eyeliner, the occasional meltdown? It's simple, babe. You are good enough. You are strong enough. And if no one else is telling you that, I am. Along with a free mom hug. I use a lot of humor in these videos because big, heavy emotions make me uncomfortable. Plus, it makes the truly unsettling lore just a little more digestible for more audiences. Like a perfectly blended smoothie of terror. So, I'm Bettie Rage, your favorite nerdy goth mom, and I'm glad you're here. If you've enjoyed this peek behind the veil today, check out some more of my videos. I promise I don't talk about myself on every single video. This is the only time I've ever done this and probably be the only time I ever do. Anyways, be good to each other, love each other, make good choices. As always, free mom hugs from me to you. Go drink some water and stay hydrated. All right? Bye.